Why Krishna come? Chaitanya Charitamrita mentioned, Maya Mugdha Jivir Nai Shato Krishna Gyan. Jivir Kripa Krishna Koila Bet Pura. Heard all. No. But Krishna mercifully gave Ved and Pura. Even then, out of many, many human beings who have awakened, there may be one who actually enters the spirit of understanding this position. And for him, this Bhagavad Gita is spoken. Bhagavad Gita is for him. Those who want to come out from the darkness. Actually, we are all swallowed by the tigress of nations. Swallowed by the tigress of nations. But the Lord is very merciful upon living entities, especially human beings. To this end, he spoke the Bhagavad Gita, making his friend Arjuna his student. So merciful. Like Srila Prabhupada has given this book, all this. It is just simply his mercy. Krishna has given Bhagavad Gita, deity, Vaishnavas, Mahaprasad, holy name, all are Lord's mercy. Being an associate of Lord Krishna, Arjuna is above all ignorance. But Arjuna was put in ignorance just to question Lord Krishna about the problems of life, so that the Lord could explain them for the benefit of future generations of human beings and chalk out the plan of life. Arjuna was a pure devotee, but Krishna make him conditioned soul, so that he asked question. If somebody doesn't ask question, how Krishna can give answer? So Krishna want to give answer, but somebody should ask question. And question of a conditioned soul. And Arjuna is not conditioned soul. So Krishna will not discuss with any conditioned soul. So his devotee should ask like a conditioned soul. And Arjuna was the best person for it. Prabhupada wrote in Vrindavan Bhajan, he wrote in such a Arjuna দ্বারা জীবে শিক্ষা দিবেন শ্রীহরি তাহার সহায় হইল পার্থ নামধার. Krishna want to give the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita in this world. To help him, Arjuna came forward. সাজিল অর্জুন যেন মায়াবদ্ধ নর মোহিতের ন্যায় হইল পাণ্ডব সুধা. And Arjuna just behave like a conditioned soul. What he conditioned soul asked? Arjuna asked question like that. আত্মীয় স্বজন হিংসা পরের রাজ্য ভোগ ইথি কিবা সুখ পার্থ দেখাইলা সুখ. Arjuna asked Krishna, আত্মীয় স্বজন হিংসা, I should kill my relatives, and after killing them with their the kingdom tainted with their blood, have I to enjoy that type of kingdom? Then Prabhupada writing, মোহ দেখে কৃষ্ণ তার করিল নিন্দন. By seeing his ignorance, Krishna chastised him. মোহ দেখে কৃষ্ণ তার করিল নিন্দন. By seeing his conditioned state, Krishna chastised him. And by getting chastisement, অতএব অর্জুন কইলে শিষ্যত্ব গ্রহণ। Then by getting chastisement, Arjun accepted Krishna as guru and he became disciple. Now, first we did what is the spirit. Then spirit of a devotee. Then what is the point? Is it for me? This food is there. Is it cooked for me? Yes. Is Bhagavad Gita for me? Yes. Because Bhagavad Gita is for delivering the conditioned soul. So I am a conditioned soul, so Bhagavad Gita is for me. This food is for me, so I am ready to eat. So Bhagavad Gita is for me the quality of a recipient. So I'm that recipient. I'm a patient. Now, what is that next step? I'm again going to the back that story. You are somewhere, went, there is some food. You got it is for you. Now, what will you do? What will you do? Before eating? Anybody? Gulshan, what will you do? Before eating? I cannot hear you. Before eating, we should this subject matter. Sappanna Bhog is there. Before eating, what are the preparations? Now, before eating Bhagavad Gita, okay, I want to eat. What is the subject matter here? Now Krishna is explaining subject matter of 5. Here Krishna is explaining subject matter. The subject of Bhagavad Gita entails the comprehension of 5 basic truths. The first of all, the science of God is explained, and then the constitutional position of the living entities, Jiva. The Ishar and Jiva. 2. There is Ishara, which means the controller, and there are Jivas. The living entities which are controlled. If a living entity says that he is not controlled, but that he is free, then he is insane. Only insane can say, I am not controlled by anyone. The living being is controlled in every respect, at least in his conditioned life. We are not controlled. When sunlight goes, we cannot see. Our seeing is controlled by what? By light. In every is controlled by law. So, in the Bhagavad Gita, the subject matter deals with the Ishara, means the supreme controller, and the Jivas, the controlled living entities. Third point is Prakriti, material nature. And fourth point is time. What is time? The duration, time means the duration of existence of the whole universe or the manifestation of the material nature. This is time. What is time? Duration of the existence of the whole universe or the manifestation of the material nature. World has once upon a time created, material has created, one time will, but there is no time in spiritual world. Everything is present. It is very difficult to understand how it is. Because we are conditioned, we cannot understand how it is possible. From a conditioned life, we cannot experience how it is possible, the unlimited time, how it is possible, the ananta, unlimited. Unlimited, we don't have any experience of unlimited thing. In our material condition, there is some limit. In our material condition, someone has started from some time and will finish. So with the material conception, we cannot understand. That is, the subject matter of time also there in Bhagavad. And fifth one is karma, activity, are also discussed. These five things discussed in Bhagavad Gita, the subject matter of Bhagavad Gita. The cosmic manifestation is full of different activities. All living entities are engaged in different activities. From Bhagavad Gita, we must learn that. So, from Bhagavad Gita, we must learn what God is, what the living entities are, what Prakriti is, what the cosmic manifestation is, how it is controlled by time, and what the activities of the living entities are. Five things. What God is, first one. Second one, what are the living entities? Second. Third one, what is Prakriti? Means cosmic manifestation. Fourth one, how it is controlled by time. The last one, time activities of the living entities. What are the activities of living entities? Now, most important, out of these five basic subjects matter, Bhagavad Gita, it is established that the Supreme Lord Krishna or Brahma or the Supreme Controller or Paramatma, you may use whatever name you like. Ishwar, somebody may say this God, some Krishna, Brahma, some Controller, Paramatma, God, whatever you may like. But he is the greatest of all. At least you have to understand that. What now you tell, that is up to you. But what you understand God means he is the greatest of all. The living entities are in quality like the Supreme Controller. For instance, the Lord has control over the universal affairs of material nature, as will be explained in the later chapters of Bhagavad Gita. Material nature is not independent. She is acting under the directions of the Supreme Lord. As Lord Krishna says, Mayadhakshana Prakriti Shuyate Sha Characharam. This material nature is working under my direction. When we see wonderful things happening in the cosmic nature, we should know that behind this cosmic manifestation there is a controller. Nothing could be manifested without being controlled. It is childish not to consider the controller. If there is a painting, must be a painter. If there is a law, must be a lawmaker. If there is a creation, must be a creator. Only a child may say it's automatic. For instance, a child may think that an automobile is quite wonderful to be able to run without a horse or other animal pulling it. But the same man knows the nature of the automobile's engineering arrangement. He always knows that behind the machinery there is a man, a driver. Similarly, the Supreme Lord is a driver under whose direction everything is working. This is, one should understand Lord Ishwar like this. Now the Jiva. Now the Jivas or the living entities have been accepted by the Lord, as we will note in the later chapters, as his parts and parcels. A parcel of God is also gold. A particle of gold is also gold. A drop of water from the ocean is also salt. And similarly, with the living entities, being part and parcel of the Supreme Controller Ishwar or Bhagavan, Lord Sri Krishna have all the qualities of the Supreme Lord in Right. Being part and parcel of the Supreme Control Ishwar or Bhagavan, Lord Sri Krishna, have all the qualities of Supreme Lord in minute quantities because we are minute Ishwaras. Subordinate Ishwaras. Minute Ishwar or subordinate Ishwars. We are trying to control nature. As presently we are trying to control space or planets. And this tendency to control is there because it is in Krishna. Prabhupada said, Krishna makes so many planets. That is why we want to make a Sputnik. But although we have a tendency to lord it over material nature, we should know that we are not the supreme controller. This is explained in Bhagavad. So, 5 things we should understand. What is Ishwar? What is Jiva? Knowing only Ishwar is not enough. Oh, I know Ishwar. One day I will become Ishwar. That is not knowing Ishwar. I know what is Ishwar. Yeah, one day I will become Ishwar. Is it knowing Ishwar? Knowing Ishwar, knowing myself also. What is Ishwar? Oh no. Who am I? I am not Ishwar. I should understand that part also. Now, third point is Prakriti, nature. What is material nature? This is also explained in Gita as inferior Prakriti, inferior nature. Nature. Nature means Prakriti, energy. So, inferior energy. Prakriti means energy. Energy is always inferior of the energetic. As there is sun, that is a heat and light. No sun, no question of heat and light. So energy is inferior, energy is coming from energetic. And that energy are of 2 types, superior and inferior. So inferior is material nature and superior is living entity. So as both are, one is superior or inferior, in consideration of both of them, one is superior and inferior, but both are Prakriti. But Lord is energetic. Both are energy, superior energy, inferior energy. But Krishna is energetic. 3 things you should understand. Energetic, superior energy, inferior energy. Prabhupada said, either superior or inferior. Energy is energy. It is lower than energetic. We should clearly understand that. The living entity is explained as the superior Prakriti. Prakriti is also under control, whether inferior or superior. Prakriti is female and she is controlled by the Lord, just as the activities of a wife are controlled by the husband. Maybe it's very difficult to understand nowadays. Maybe for those are in favor of women liberation, for them this example may not so much palatable. What Sadhu should speak the truth. Prakriti is always subordinate, predominated by the law. Who is the predominator? The living entities and material nature are both predominated, controlled by the Supreme Lord. According to the Gita, the living entities, all the parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord are to be considered Prakriti. This is clearly mentioned in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. After explaining 8 Prakriti, Bhumi, Ra, Vanalo, Vayu, Khang, Manubuddhi, Revacha, Ahankar, Nitime, Bhinna Prakriti Rashtadha. After that, this 8 Prakriti, Bhinna Prakriti. But Apareyam Idistan Nam, All are the opera, is inferior. But Prakritim Vidhi me param. But I have another higher Prakriti. That is Jiva Bhuta. Jiva Bhuta means that are living entities. The material nature is my inferior Prakriti. But beyond this inferior Prakriti, Jiva Bhutam, the living entities. Material nature itself is controlled by the three qualities: the mode of goodness, the mode of passion, and the mode of ignorance. Above these modes, there is eternal time. Fourth point, time. And by the condition of these modes of nature and under the control and purview of eternal time, there are activities which are called karma. So, time is superior. Above the modes, there is eternal time is superior. And fifth one is called karma. These activities are being carried out from time immemorial, and we are suffering or enjoying the fruits of our activities. For instance, suppose I am a businessman and have worked very hard with intelligence and have amassed a great bank balance. Then I am an enjoyer. Then I am an enjoyer. But then say I have lost all my money in business. Then I am a sufferer. Or I have all money, I'm suffering with diabetes. Similarly, in every field of life, we enjoy the results of our work or we suffer the results. This is called karma. So definition. What is karma? Karma means result of our work. We have to suffer or enjoy due to our previous karma. So, 5 things. Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kal and Karma are all explained in Bhagavad Gita. Now, out of 5 things, very important thing, just note it. Out of these 5, the Lord, living entities, material nature and time are eternal. So we have nothing to do with this. Lord, living entity, material nature and time. Have you any control over that? A Lord, living entity, material nature and time. Have you any control? No. So what is the use of discussing all this type of thing? Yes. But another thing is work. We can change our work. Like 1 million into 0. It makes it 0. So through work we can change other. That will not change, but change for me. Like through you use all these things. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. You have no ability to change all these things. Only you can change the 5th one. But changing its position of it, you can change the activities. The manifestation of Prakriti may be temporary, but it is not false. Brahmashatya Jagat Mithya, that's wrong philosophy. May be temporary, but not false. We are discussing all temporary things, but not false. One devotee asked, the Mahavir said, everything is false. Okay? Whatever you are speaking, that is also false. So why I should listen from you? Everything is false. You are also false. You are speaking nonsense. So stop speaking nonsense. Everything false. We are speaking that is true. Listen from us. Some philosophers say that the manifestation of material nature is false. But according to the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita or according to the philosophy of the Vaishnavas, that is not so. The manifestation of the world is not accepted as false. It is accepted as real, but temporary. It is likened unto a cloud which moves across the sky, or the coming of the rainy season which nourishes grains. Nice example, huh? Very nice example. In the sky, we can see sometimes cloud, temporary. After 1 or 2 hours, we cannot see them. Though it is temporary, but when rains, it nourishes the vegetations. So maybe temporary, not useless. Manifestation of the world is not accepted as false. It is accepted as real, but temporary. Example, it is likened unto a cloud which moves across the sky, or the coming of the rainy season which nourishes grains. As soon as the rainy season is over, and as soon as the cloud goes away, all the crops which were nourished by the rain dry up. Similarly, this material manifestation takes place at a certain interval, stays for a while, and then disappears. Such are the workings of Prakriti. But this cycle is working eternally. Therefore, Prakriti is eternal. It is not false. The Lord refers to this as my Prakriti. This material nature is the separated energy of the Supreme Lord, and similarly, the living entities are also the energy of the Supreme Lord, although they are not separated but eternally related. So, the Lord, the living entity, material nature, and time all are interrelated and are all eternal. Four are all eternal. Now, however, the other item, karma, is not eternal. To establish, to make us understand this thing, Prabhupada is explaining, to come to this point. We have nothing to do with that. Lord, Jeev, Prakriti, time. But we can change our karma. However, the other item, karma, is not eternal. The effects of karma may be very old indeed. We are suffering or enjoying the results of our activities from time immemorial. But we can change the results of our karma or our activity. And this change depends on the perfection of our knowledge. It is in our hand. Karma is in our hand. So we can change. And they change according to our degree of our knowledge. We are engaged in various activities. Undoubtedly, we do not know what sort of activities we should accept to gain relief from the actions and reactions of all these activities. But this is also explained in Bhagavad Gita. Very nice point. Huh? So, 5 things. Our activities we can only change our karma through knowledge, and that is given in Bhagavad Gita. To come to this point, Srila Prabhupada is explaining all these things. What is the subject matter? These are the subject matters. And in our hand, only one thing, our activity. That activity through our knowledge, and that knowledge in Bhagavad Gita. That is why we should do Bhagavad Gita. That is the subject matter. What is the subject matter? Chappanna Bhog. And this item, this is meant for you. These are all our sweets. You are diabetic, it is not for you. these are all are salty things. You are hypertensive patient, this is not for you. This is for you. Knowledge Bhagavad Gita. By reading this, you should change your karma and perfect your life. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada, Bhagavad Gita as it is. Gaur Premanand.